just as Jesus went into the city of Jerusalem to a new birth, a new awakening with regard to the divine within our world, so we allow the awakening of the Christ within us anew today. We're so grateful that we play a role in that. The Christ is within us. And we can take that legacy that we have and put it to use in our lives to be able to live out fully that which we can, to allow us to let go of what does not serve us and to let flow that wonderful natural order of creation that is within us as well. So for each of those who have joined us this morning, I am grateful. And so it is. Amen. So we move now to our opening song, I Release and I Let Go.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you've got to say. Well, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Well, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Oh, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yes. Good morning, all. This is Betty. I'm on your platform here for today, and we do release all that holds us back so that we can move forward. So we welcome you all this morning here, everybody online. And next week we will be back at the golf course, but for right now, we are grateful for the technology that lets us join together in this way. And at the end of service, Rev Neal would like to have everybody stay on for some additional social time where everyone can comment and welcome each other, and if you would like to say something about his message for the day. So we want to use the time after service as a little get together. So please do stay after. And if you don't already receive the Monday e-newsletter with all the activities going on, go to unityofpayson.org to the comment area and leave us your contact information, and Terry will get you on the list so you are advised of everything. And so now, let's say our welcoming greeting together. We love you. We appreciate you. We welcome you. And we bless the Christ you are. Yes, we do. The more we can recognize that we are all divine in spirit, the better off this world will be. And we have gratitude. So, Unity of Payson is grateful for everybody that helps support us, because we then can support a larger community and all of you. So if you have a gratitude, if you would like to unmute yourself and let us know your gratitude, and then you can remute. And Donna is helping me watch to see if anybody has a gratitude. I'm grateful that I got to go down and see my grandson again, and that Pat's eye is healing up. So I'm grateful for that, and for the gorgeous weather. I think this afternoon I'm going to go out and do a little bit of planting in the garden. So anybody else with gratitude? Teresa, I see you have unmuted.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Sorry.
Okay, alrighty. We will mute again then. Okay, anybody else with gratitudes this morning? I don't see anyone else. So moving on. Unity is grounded in affirmative prayer and in meditation. And we have trained prayer chaplains to be with you in prayer. And Donna and myself, and let's see, I don't think Sue is with us this morning. Anne Marie is with us. And Marianne is with us. Anyway, if you have a prayer need, please don't hesitate. You can always, during the week, send your prayer request to the site on the screen right there, neil.unityofpayson@gmail.com. We hold them sacred, confidential, and we pray over them for 30 days. And then they're sent on to Silent Unity, where they are held for 24/7 prayer service for another 30 days. So either leave your email or a phone number on your request if you would like one of us to contact you personally. So thank you for that. And our theme for this month is In the Flow. And you can quietly read this with me. As I recognize divine flow, choose to trust it and align with it, I flourish. What a great affirmation. And our speaker today is our own Rev Neal, letting go, letting flow, trusting the current of life, the old adage of Wu Wei. And we move on to our meditation song, which is from Karen Drucker. You are the face of God. What a beautiful, beautiful song.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Please unmute.
So in the quietness now, let us spend a little time in meditation. So bring your thoughts entirely to this time in the place where you are. Breathe deeply. Open your inner ears to listen to the voice of Spirit. I'll begin by words from Conversations from God, or with God, by Neil Donald Walsh. Hear these words as spoken to you, because they are true. You are goodness and mercy and compassion and understanding. You are peace and joy and light. You are forgiveness and patience, strength and courage, a helper in time of need, a comforter in time of sorrow, a healer in time of injury, a teacher in times of confusion. You are the deepest wisdom and the highest truth, the greatest peace and the grandest love. You are these things, and in moments of your life, you have known yourself as these things. Choose now to know yourself as these things always. Take this thought into the silence of meditation. Today is Palm Sunday, the celebration of the arrival of Jesus in Jerusalem. But this story symbolizes the awakening of the Christ awareness in humankind and in you. As this week begins, open your heart and your mind to more fully embody and share the Christ of your being. And as the scriptural account goes from John, so they took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord." So bring your awareness back to this time and the place where you are, the place of this virtual meeting where we are together. I've chosen as a title for the message today, Letting Go, Letting Flow. And I want to read that affirmation that Betty read, but one more time, get it fully seated in our consciousness. As I recognize divine flow, choose to trust it and align with it, I flourish. So usually it's time for a quiz. It's going to be a little bit different today. There'll be a little bit of history. I guess I really love history, and I think I learned from it. So a little bit of history to start with, and then there will be a question somewhere along the line, so you'll have a chance to respond. Hydropower, which we associate with water, thus the metaphor of flowing, has been used from ancient times, primarily and maybe first to grind flour from the grain. And that continued in use until the late 18th century, when hydraulics were developed. And when that was combined with the flow of water, the Industrial Revolution became possible. If you're living here in Payson, you know a little bit about that, because 9 miles up the road on the Houston Mesa Road is a water wheel, now a common destination for hiking. But the water wheel was constructed in 1930, that there was a mining operation along that waterway, and the ore that was dug was crushed by a water wheel using that hydraulic assist as well. They actually took milk cans. Anybody remember milk cans? Those big milk cans? Well, they cut the top off them and used that to lift the water to the top and then gather the power to crush the ore and get the gold out of it. Well, the gold ran out, and so that water wheel is no longer in use. But if you go up to the water wheel on Houston Mesa Road, you'll still see the remnants of that water wheel. That use of flow to create power, so that the flow made life easier, made mining easier. And that's been the case with flow and hydropower throughout, that this created a greater ease for people, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it was in grinding for grain. Late in the 19th century, the electric generator was invented. And it was coupled with the hydraulics and the flow of water. So we got now what we call hydroelectric power. Focusing on the US, there were two very early hydroelectric plants. One was in Appleton, Wisconsin, and the other one was named the Sholkoff Power Station Number 1. I guess they had plans for many more. And here's the question for you. And you can unmute and speak out or raise your hand. I want somebody to answer me. Where was that Sholkoff Power Station Number 1 located?
Niagara River.
By a river for sure, but where geographically? And
Columbia, the Columbia
No.
River,
no,
Washington.
no.
Niagara Falls.
Hey, who said that?
Well, he did, and I repeated it.
John, thank you.
But damn, I don't know these answers.
Niagara Falls. Of course, now if you go to Niagara Falls, you can see the plant to a degree, but it's really the harbor for or the dock for the Maid of the Mist now, and you can go and view Niagara Falls. But that was the beginning of hydroelectric power in the U.S. At one point, it became so prevalent that more than 40% of all of electrical power was generated through hydroelectric plants. Why? Why did we have hydroelectric plants? To create ease in our life, to take advantage of the natural flow of water, use it inventively to have ourselves be at ease. All of our electrical appliances, the heat now that we have as a result of electrical power, which is now generated in other ways. But it began with the whole water sort of thing. So thank you for letting me review my history a little bit. And thank you, John, for spotting Niagara Falls as the place where hydroelectric power began in the U.S. Well, I'll go on because we're talking again about letting go and letting flow. We'll talk about, we made a definition. Flow being something that spontaneously arises when the conditions are right for it. We spoke of that last week. The thing we're going to talk about today is that there are impediments to that flow. That's the letting go part of it. And getting in the flow, letting the flow take over, letting us go with the flow is the other part of it. So stay with me as I review these things. First of all, a couple of things about letting go. Letting go can be something that we do for circumstances that are outside of ourselves. The things that just happen. We didn't create them with our consciousness, at least as far as we know, but outside of this, an unlikable situation has occurred and it blocks the flow of life for us. You name it with regard to what it is for you, but there is this sort of blockage, if you will, that doesn't allow the flow to go. So something needs to be let go in this situation. You all probably know of the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and I'll stop there on it. There are sometimes things that we first of all accept as they are, but I don't think it ends there. I think we can go beyond that. Make a mental picture with me of a stream, and a stream which various branches are flowing down that may have fallen off of trees at one time or another. And those branches, along with mud and leaves and other debris, began to pile up bit by bit by bit until they almost completely block off the flow. At least they limit the flow so that the flow cannot go freely as it might otherwise. Well, I think that's what we're often in. We allow things to pile up around us. We see only the blockages. We get enmeshed there and we can't, at least in our consciousness, accept it, let go in that way, or to go on to, now get your waders out, to go out in that water, to assess the situation, to take one little twig out, or perhaps a branch here, or scoop away a little mud there. And so we do it little bit by little bit, a process of letting go, even of those outside influences that would stop the flow of life for us. Well, you know that as soon as we get to that linchpin of all of that debris, it all goes. All of a sudden it's swept away and the flow is reestablished. So I think letting go for us is sometimes the ability to accept what is, but to take little by little, make the moves that we can. Maybe in consciousness, maybe in the actual situation, as we're led by Spirit to do that, so that we can let go that which has impeded it. It seems to be outside of ourselves. Secondly, we let go of non-serving thinking, maybe patterns in our life, maybe habits, maybe even illnesses and traumas. That's a difficult one, but I think that's there as well. So these are things that come up from within us that are part of our physical existence, but sometimes our mental and our emotional existence as well. And these are things that we may have learned as a child. A parental instruction or a mentor's instructions have made these as patterns that we repeat again and again and again in our lives. And sometimes we just form those patterns ourselves because we had an idea that this was the way to do it. I've discovered something that nobody else knew and I'm going to do it this way. So with our rational mind, mostly with no attention to our intuitive mind, we construct an impediment so that we have a blockage we can't allow to flow. Another mental picture, if you will. In the manufacturing business, lots of times the side effects of manufacturing produce slush or crud or some byproducts that often are put in a pool and let out supposedly judiciously. Sometimes it hurts our environment. But that stuff, those impediments, that slush, that gook, has an outlet. We call it a slush gate. And the slush gate is raised, some of that slush and that muck goes through and the flow is allowed. I think same thing is true with us. That thinking, those patterns that we have, when we're able to raise the flesh gate, this is within our control, back to the serenity prayer, to change the things I can, the courage to do that. I think it does take courage. So here we go, another blockage, another impediment, this one which we seem to have much more power over. However, we are often comfortable with things as they are when the flow is impeded, when we're blocked, just because we've kind of always done it that way and it's been comfortable. And so we sit on the sidelines when the flow would go down the stream naturally and fully. We sit on the sidelines, a little bit afraid of getting in that flow, stuck behind the impediment of thinking and patterns and habits and all of that, which we have accrued to ourselves during our life. I'll just give you one example. It's one for me. And it's one with regard to my thinking. I grew up, and you may have heard this story before, but I grew up in the family of a Baptist minister. And my spiritual path took quite a different track when I became an adult. And, here I am, quite a distance in terms of thought from that beginning that I had. But one of the things that I established for myself there was the fact I'm never gonna be a minister. That was my thought. What an awful thing that was. I'm never gonna do that. Well, as you can guess, that didn't stay with me. That was a pattern that was changed, but it was something that really, I believe, impeded me, kept me out of the flow for a period of time, just because I was resistant to that. My thinking was cycled again and again and again, and it got very firm. Actually, the time when that began to break open was the time when Donna and I met at Unity Village. And Donna said, well, she had always had the dream of marrying a Unity minister. And I said, well, that's not me, because I'm never going to be a minister. I'm happy to teach others, but I'm never going to be a minister. And that began to crack open. And eventually, over time, the willingness, the dropping of my resistance, the judgment that was behind all of that was done away with. It was because something that I had created or had been within me for such a long period of time, but wasn't really serving me very well. It was kind of holding me back. Not that I would have become a minister, but just that attitude of resistance occurred. You know how to recognize much of this stuff in your life that you do almost automatically as something that keeps you out of the flow, something that's a blockage? Well, it's just as simple as it doesn't feel good. And sometimes we go on not feeling good and not feeling good and not feeling good because we're resistant to any change. We're comfortable with what doesn't serve us well. We're comfortable with something that doesn't serve us well. We're also addicted, if you will, to control. Well, here's what I think. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to have control of my life. Well, that control of our life, that willfulness, we use that power of will in unity, but there's a willfulness that means I'm going to take control. The divine within me, the divine sense, the divine inspiration, the divine urges that come, I'm not going to pay too much attention to them because I've got to control my life. And so we get stuck. We, in essence, put ourselves in a box. Yesterday in Saturday Soul Booths, Kay, I think, brought out that image of being in a box. And so we're boxed in. We don't realize the greatness that we can have. As we spoke in that prelude to our meditation today, we are so much greater. The legacy that we have, so much greater than we are, but we're held back because we're unable to let go. Letting go is an art. It's a process. It's not easy, but the rewards are great in doing that. We don't have to judge ourselves and saying, oh, I should have done this a long time ago. We don't have to shame ourselves thinking we're less than we really are, children of the divine, with divine capabilities and gifts to give to the world and give to our life and to that of those around us. That ability to be free. Remember the words of the song that we sang as our opening song? Jennifer was doing the vocals on that. Cinnamon Twist told us, no more struggle, no more strife. With my safe faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit, free to get out of that box. And I'm only here for, and one version of that says, I'm only here for love. So let go. Start the trek and letting go. Start the trek of picking out that piece of the muck around you that impedes the flow. Start the track of saying, hey, what is it that happens again and again in my life that's not working for me, that doesn't feel good, that keeps me from being who I can be as this unique and glorious child of the divine, this expression of the divine. So then we move on to the flow. First of all, there's a natural order of things. Betty, you alluded to woo-wee. Woo-wee? Woo, I don't know how to pronounce it. Woo-wee. I'm going to say woo-wee. That's a Taoist concept that says it doesn't say don't do anything. It just says act in alignment with nature. Don't struggle. Don't resist. This sense is something that I need to keep learning again and again. Don't resist. Don't struggle. Allow. And so as we allow, the flow proceeds. I like the words of Psalm 23. It creates such a peaceful feeling when we're able to let go, when we're able to allow the flow. You know it. You probably have heard it again and again. You may have even memorized Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. Don't you just want to grab a hold of that? Yes. And you will have to do the work to let go so that you can go with the flow. And again, you may be sitting on the sidelines thinking it's kind of attractive, but you don't allow yourself to get in the flow. It's like a picture again, a mental picture again, just like you are unwilling to get in this little craft that's there, that'll take you down in the flow and it'll speed you on in life, but you're a little scared of it. So you don't ever get in that craft. And if you do, you find that there are twists and turns. And when you get to the twists and turns, guess what? You get anxious. You aren't sure you should be on that craft. Maybe you even rock the boat too much and spill yourself over into the water. You can trust the flow. The flow will never do you wrong. Release, let go, allow the flow. So why is this important? Why is it not important? Well, it is important. So if, you know how we use the term ease and grace, you go through life with ease and grace. Oh, so attractive and so soothing to the soul to be able to do that. But how about allowing yourself to be in the flow so that you can do that with ease? Why would you not choose that? Why would you not choose ease of navigating life? Eric Butterworth, In the Flow of Life, is one of the books that he has. He says, receive the wealth of the universe. Allow that to flow with you, for you to flow in, to be in that flow. Being in the flow as we talk about it. Why stay so small. You probably remember a quote by Marianne Williamson that says, it doesn't serve you to be small in this world. It doesn't serve anybody else either. So why stay in that box? Let go. Let flow. How do I do that? I'm going to suggest just a couple of things. Perk up your ears here. Again, from a somewhat different tradition than the Christian one that many of us grew up with, is the idea of mindfulness. Zen Buddhism is where we often find this, and that's the idea of being fully present, fully aware of what's happening right here, right now, without any judgment. Are we projecting things out there? Are we putting our focus on impediments? Are we not present to our very selves? Mindfulness, that quiet time, or that mindful walk, being present with nothing but here and now. Mindfulness number 1. 2, open the sluice gate. Let go of what's not working for you. That's going to require something of you. It's going to require a little self-reflection. Sometimes it's not really apparent. And until you sit in self-reflection, you may not discover some of the things that are holding you back. Observing your life is critical. It starts all the way back with Socrates. The unexamined life is not worth living, says Socrates. Spend time in self-reflection. That's one of the strengths of unity that we emphasize, sitting in the silence, reflecting, meditating, spending time with our ears, our inner ears wide open, listening for the voice of Spirit. So not only mindfulness and opening that sluice gate through reflection, but also seeking guidance while you're in the silence. Seek guidance. What stick is it that you're going to pull out of that mess that keeps the flow from happening? What change are you going to make in your life? What risk are you going to take to achieve that flow that is the ease of life, that is so blessed, so desirable, that it transcends all of the other wants and wishes that we may have? Eric Butterworth again says, find guidance for every need. When you're in the flow, you find guidance for every need. So I close with that affirmation again. As I recognize divine flow, choose to trust it and align with it, I flourish. And so it is.
And so it is, Reverend Neal. Yeah, the idea of the Wu Wei has been an operating force in my life for many years, from a workshop I did back in the early 80s. And yes, so you can either fight the current, try to paddle upstream, or you can relax and go with the flow, because water, it just goes around the rocks in life. So go with the flow. Alrighty, so now's the time for our gifts and our offerings. Unity of Payson is one of my sources of spiritual nourishment and inspiration, and just like I give to certain charities that inspire me, I tithe to Unity. And so we appreciate your gifts for this ministry. And like I said before, they go out to support other nonprofits that we contribute to. And so on the screen, you will see, especially since we're all online today as opposed to in person, the screens for how to donate. And then there's also another screen for if you wanted to text it. And so we encourage you to give at any time, whether during the service here or after service or during the week. And you can always go to unityofpayson.org and donate there. And so, holding the intent of the offering that you are giving, let's say our affirmation together. Freely we give, and freely we receive. And thank you once again for the support. And we have special music today. I am the place where God shows up.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God. You are the place. Moves and breathes and has we are the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God. You are the place.
We truly are where God shows up. And I'll make a conscious choice on how we show up. So now's the time for our dedication of offering. And you can quietly say this with me. Divine love flows through us, blessing and multiplying all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We are prosperous without limit, and we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. And on to announcements, and we continue on with the theme of In the Flow. And once again, the affirmation is, I recognize divine flow, choose to trust it, and align with it. I flourish. And our speaker next week will be our own Rev Neal. Harmony in motion, staying in the flow. Much easier than battling upstream. And we'll go over just a couple of announcements. We always have lots more, so do check your Monday e-newsletter. Or during the week, you can always go to unityofpayson.org and find the details. So twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday, 9:30 to 10:10, Teresa does her wonderful Qigong and Tai Chi. And I did see she just posted something on the chat about if anybody wanted to help do highway cleanup. So contact Teresa, or when we stay after service, the two of you can talk about perhaps going and helping with highway cleanup this afternoon. Okay, and next we have A Course in Miracles. The next one coming up is this Tuesday, April 15th from 3:30 to 5. And that's probably got to be our longest standing ongoing class. Very well attended, really great stuff. And next we have the next prayer chaplains meeting on the 19th, Saturday 19th, from 11 a.m. to noon. And it's a monthly meeting, third Saturdays on Zoom. And so please try and attend that. It's always inspirational. And of course, we always have Saturday Soul Boost every Saturday on Zoom at 4 o'clock, where you just have a really great discussion about the ideas on the theme for the month. And I think that's it for me. And Reverend Neal, if you have a PS.
I'll
Please
say the word.
unmute.
I'll say a word once I unmute. I'm getting the idea. I'm just a little slow at it. Just want to say a word about if you have prayer requests, we are delighted to pray with you. And you can, as the slide said earlier, send me an email, neil.unityofpayson@gmail.com. You also can call Donna, who is giving leadership to our prayer chaplains right at this point. And either way, that prayer request will be sent out to our prayer team. And we will be remembering you and holding you up in that prayer. And then, of course, as Betty said, it'll go on to Silent Unity as well. Enough of that. A new thing happening for us. An exciting new start for us. Donna has put her number in the chat, so please take note of that if you'd like to. You can text her or give her a call. Exciting thing coming up. 3 weeks from today, we will not be at the golf course. We will not be virtual. We will be in our shared space that's really has the nice accommodations for us at 110 East Bonita Street. So we're moving across town a little bit, and there's a big parking lot in the rear of Bonita Street where other things are there, Bosa's Donuts and Buffalo Grill, and anyway, plenty of parking there, and the entrance will be off of that parking area. So look forward to that. I hope that you will talk it up with anybody that you know and have a great start for that first service in our new space. We're delighted to do that. Now, the space may be a little intimidating to some. We are sharing space and not associating, but just sharing space with the Democratic headquarters. So we're not becoming political. But we are sharing that space, and we're grateful to them for offering that space for us to share as well. So 3 weeks from today, a new start for us. It's kind of like a restart. And so there'll be a lot of things that'll be going on. We may be reaching out to you to ask you to help for some of the things in the transition. So please respond if you can to assist us in that move. And we are so looking forward to having a space where we don't suddenly have to go virtual, which we've had to do a couple of times, but we can have a very regular and solid place for us. We'll also be able to have, as we can schedule them, other classes and activities in that space as well. So it's a great thing to look forward to. I again hope that you will invite everyone, if you're here in Payson, that you can, to be there with us on that first Sunday. We are not abandoning, however, our hybrid service. And so if you're with us online, you can be with us just as you always have. And so we're grateful for that opportunity. Now, the other thing is, stay around for a little bit of social time and a little bit of chat, and it'll be very informal afterwards. So we're going to say together, and I hope you'll say it even though you may be muted, and you could unmute it if you wanted to. It's kind of a little time lag, but we'll say the prayer for protection and then go on to our closing song and then conversation. So if you're ready, here we go. The prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now our closing song we'll listen to and sing along if you like. Stand Together by Faith Rivera and Harold Payne. And then we'll talk to each other.
Something great has happened and love has taken hold and it won't let go of us now.
Something here is calling us forward, upward motion with drops in one ocean. Roll on.
Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
With the dream of the highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now.
Oh, oh, every day's a chance to do something amazing, to feel your passion blazing and shine. Yeah.
Paint with every vision and dance in new directions. Explode to new heights in your mind.
I will rise up with you today.
Lift up my voice.
Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
With the dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now.
Let's stand together.
Hey,
Hey, hey, hey, yeah.
one dream, one voice, one heart, one world, one dream,
One dream,
one
one
voice,
voice,
one heart,
one heart.
one world,
Stand together.
one dream, one voice.
Please unmute.
Everybody can unmute now. And Jennifer had posted, and I don't know if anybody else saw the notice from the roundup, that there are dumpsters around town for all kinds of cleanup items. See them, they have a list of what you can and cannot
I
dump.
can see her.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Can we dump? What can we not dump?
Electronics.
Paints and motor oil, and it's not that kind of cleanup.
Yeah.
Yard stuff.
So here we are, and if you don't have your video on yet, that would be great. We can see your face as well. So turn on your video if you're able, so that we can have a conversation. And I would offer again, if you have a question or a comment about the message of this morning, that's good. If you want to say hello to somebody or to all of us in general, feel free to unlist. Donna's kind of on tap to, if you want to raise your hand, make sure you can get in and not trample over somebody. We'll make sure to recognize you. And what, Donna?
I'm on tap, huh? I'm
Oh,
on tap.
Ed.
Greetings from Clay Springs. Arrived up here about a week ago, and unfortunately, my dog died. Pokey passed away on Thursday. He had a tumor. I didn't know he had a tumor in his abdomen, and hey, maybe I'm not ready to talk about it yet.
So, Ed, is it okay with us if we put you on our prayer list? Because I know it's a tough time. You're on it. You're on it. We will be praying with you,
Take
Ed.
that extra pancake you want.
Yeah,
So,
I
yes.
think a lot of times people don't acknowledge that the loss of a loved animal is very similar to losing a person, a loved one. And they are definitely loved ones. And so, Ed, we honor you in that.
Thank you very much. He's here on the property with me.
Yeah.
He's buried here.
Mhm.
He's buried right outside on the property.
Bless you. Bless you.
Is it,
Bless
can you put
Ed.
his spelling of his name in the chat, please, Ed?
Sure.
Okay, somebody else, if you feel free to pop right up and make a contribution or just say hello or howdy. I just want to say I saw Bill and Diane here earlier. I don't think they're still here. I was glad to see them because I know Bill had been having some health challenges. So go ahead.
I have a
Talk.
couple questions for Teresa. Okay, so for the 19th, that's our next little walk demonstration. Can we use our same signs? Okay, and I looked ahead and it looks like it might rain. Any rain contingencies or not?
Not that I know of, but I can let you know.
Okay.
If I hear anything, my guess is bundle up and be out there.
Bring an umbrella.
That's my guess.
Just a review for anybody who didn't hear, we had 250 people for the hands-off demonstration.
Keep everything the way it was.
It was wonderful.
So, Jim and Nancy, I want to just say that I had a lovely time having conversation with you a couple of days ago, and oh no, it was yesterday, wasn't it? I can't keep track of my days. So, and if anybody's here and hasn't met Jim and Nancy yet, they live up. Well, they're almost up to Sunset
Up
on the
above Christopher
Sunset. Yeah, so up there beyond Christopher Creek, and I was delighted to have an opportunity to sit and chat yesterday.
I owe you a cup of coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Jim.
Jennifer, are you out hiking this morning? You look like you got a little day pack on.
No, just in the backyard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frosty, can you show us your lovely face? And Mary Ann and Claudette We would wave at you.
That is a good picture of you, Marianne, though. I like it.
It is very sweet. I think that's from your birthday party.
No, but I'm here.
Oh, okay.
And Claudette, I'll look forward to seeing you at Course in Miracles, one of the very regulars in our Course in Miracles class. And so appreciate that. Let's see, anybody else out of town? Clay Springs, we've got Frosty and Phoenix, Marianne and Mesa, Bobby and John and Mesa. Anybody else? So I'm giving you the opportunity to speak here. Pipe right in there.
I don't know. It's Teresa. I don't know if anybody wants to join me at 4 today. Just feel free to show up if you want to. And if it doesn't work, the Keep Pace and Clean folks have another of their great activities next Saturday.
So Teresa, where's the meeting place today?
Just join me on the south side of 260 at our Unity cleanup place, or join in on the north side. I just go start picking up trash. I probably won't be waiting around.
Okay, so
I won't be waiting around.
You'll find Teresa out there, and
you'll see me with my orange vest on.
Bring a big garbage can, and if you have some kind of reflective vest, because you'll be alongside the highway, bring that as well.
Neil, do you get those things from the town? The vests and
I
the
don't
bags?
think we can get them today. We could if we could normally. Teresa, I suggest we get this going again too, on a regular basis. We'll establish a time when maybe all of us can do that. We have between Manzanita and what's the street on the other side?
I don't know, but it's Culver's.
Yeah, Culver's up along there, but back at the light before you get to Tractor Supply.
Granite Dells.
Yeah, Granite Dells. There we go.
Do you usually park at Tiny's or park at the Lutheran Church, or where do you usually park?
We've been usually parking alongside. Of course, Teresa brings her bicycle.
I ride my bike, but
that's
right there at the church parking lot, there's plenty of parking.
Okay.
So, and there's parking too by El Rodeo restaurant in that area right there as well, which is a good starting point.
John and I want to say kudos to keeping the earth clean. I tell the kids that every day on the playground.
Thank
The earth
you.
thanks you. The earth thanks you.
And thank you for all your hard work in keeping the Pace and Community Ministry going. I know it's very difficult to keep going.
Yep.
Well, we're going to do it with ease, Jim. We're bailing out of the difficult one. We're going to go to the easy one. No, it's a little bit of a joke, but not really. I think sometimes we get in our own way, and we want to get out of our own way. So everybody put your hands up like this. We're going to bless each other. And we'll go on our way in a beautiful day. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. And we'll see you next week at the golf course and soon over on 110 East Bonita.
Wear your Easter hat next week.
That's right. It is Easter next week.
And there will be Easter eggs.
Happy
It will
Sunday,
be.
everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye for now.